You know when you're watching like a superhero movie and you get that classic comeback montage?
Oh, yeah, where they're recovering from an injury and training.
Right, laughing with old friends, talking about returning stronger. You are totally primed for this triumphant return.
The momentum is building, and you feel like you know exactly where it's going.
Exactly. But imagine if right in the middle of that upbeat montage, the screen just suddenly cuts to black. No warning at
It's
all.
just silence.
Yeah, just silence. And that sudden cut to black is, it's exactly what the reality TV world is feeling right now with the sudden passing of MTV Challenge champion Tyler Duckworth.
It really is.
So today we're doing a deep dive into his tragic passing using a stack of recent entertainment reports and a really critical YouTube investigation to unpack his legacy and, the hidden, unprotected costs of early reality TV fame.
And that abrupt cut to black is what makes the details so jarring. I mean, on August 11, 2026, police found the 44-year-old unresponsive in his North Dakota bathroom. Yeah, and it was actually a neighbor who called it in because they noticed water leaking through the ceiling, like a steady drip.
That is just so unsettling.
It is. Authorities classified it as an unattended death, which means he was completely alone. And they're waiting on toxicology results now, which could take up to 12 weeks.
12 weeks is a really long time, but I think the thing giving fans total whiplash here is that just days before this, Tyler was in Minneapolis for a Challenge Mania event.
Right. He was literally just there.
Yeah, he was taking photos with legends like Mark Long and Brad Fiorenza. He was smiling, he was recovering from leg surgery, and he actually told people he was pumped to come back stronger.
Like you said, it's the literal definition of a comeback montage.
Exactly, and fans already revere him for his on-screen legacy, We all remember his debut on Real World Key West back in 2006, the Cutthroat and Rivals Championships, and, taking out Johnny Bananas right after the iconic Bananas backpack moment.
Oh, absolutely. He was an absolute beast of an athlete.
He really was. But his quiet life off camera is what makes this hit the community so incredibly hard. Doesn't his pivot to teaching kind of prove that society unfairly stereotypes early reality stars as just, one-dimensional fame seekers?
I mean, it completely shatters that stereotype.
Yeah.
Off-screen, he was teaching middle and high school in North Dakota.
Wait, he was a teacher while working on a doctorate, right?
Working toward his doctorate. And on top of that, he was a massive pillar for the LGBTQ+ community, helping younger cast members navigate their own coming-out journeys.
It really shows how our pop culture memory traps these people in amber. We froze Tyler as this ruthless 20-something competitor, completely ignoring that he spent the next 2 decades evolving into a dedicated educator.
And that assumption really affects how we view them when the cameras stop rolling. We just expect them to be static characters.
Right, which brings us to a much heavier realization, because Tyler's passing actually coincided with another tragedy this week.
Yeah, the news about Christy Knowings.
Exactly, the 90s all-that star. She passed away at just 46 from a severe asthma attack.
It is a massive blow to nostalgia. And when you put these two losses side by side, it highlights this deeply unsettling trend of early 2000s stars dying young.
Yeah, the YouTube investigation we looked at pointed out that at least 7 cast members from the first decade of the challenge have died before the age of 55.
7 is a huge number.
It really is.
And it comes down to the physical and psychological toll over time. You have these young adults performing elite athletic feats for years, but with zero medical oversight.
No team doctors at all.
No team doctors, no union protections, and absolute zero long-term health coverage. Just these really broad liability waivers. So when they face chronic issues later, they're entirely on their own.
I hear the systemic argument there, but I have to push back a little. They willingly sign those massive liability waivers, right? So at what point does corporate duty of care override a piece of paper?
Well, legally, those waivers completely shield the network. I mean, they generated millions while the cast took on all the risk.
Right, obviously.
But mechanically, when a corporation puts untrained people through grueling physical gauntlets without the basic safety nets of professional sports, the lack of long-term care becomes a structural failure. The waivers protect the bottom line, but they do not erase the physical cost.
That is such a good point. So for you listening, if you grew up watching these shows, those nostalgic stars who shaped your early pop culture memories were navigating a highly fragile, completely unprotected reality behind the scenes.
It really forces a hard look past the pure entertainment value, doesn't it? We are watching real people whose physical prime was extracted without a safety net.
Yeah, it does. So I'll leave you with this to mull over. If competition reality TV has effectively transitioned into an extreme professional sport, will future generations look back at these early MTV contracts with the exact same horror we now view unregulated, dangerous factory labor from the Industrial Revolution? Next time you watch a triumphant reality TV comeback montage, maybe ask yourself who is really paying the price when the screen cuts to black.